So it's Friday, another week down amidst isolation and COVID-19, and I hope you've enjoyed listening to my suggestions and ideas and views on anxiety and really anything else that's unwanted that is coming into your life right now in terms of feelings and thoughts and emotions. And I suggested a few things, a few methods to explore the presence of your anxiety and not to necessarily deal with the source, but to deal with you, to see how you can affect you despite what's happening around you. And that is a key life skill. Because wherever you go, there you are, right? And if you can learn some new techniques from what I've talked about this week, it's not just bound into the world of anxiety. It's to do with anything that's challenging. To break out of one way of being and break into a new way of being. Now, in other videos, I've talked about how I've created changes. And I talked about one small nucleus that I decided to center change around, which was just getting up at 5:50 in the morning and brushing my teeth. And around that nucleus, which I managed to do for a week, around that nucleus, I started going for a walk straight after that, and I'd walk from 6 till 7 a.m. And that's been happening pretty much every weekday morning, sorry. So it's some evidence that a small, easy to achieve nucleus can stay. And then other things can gravitate around that, and they can also stay. Why do I mention this? Because I've talked about getting out of your head and into your body, and I think we can choose some small nucleuses, small nuclei. Crikey, brain's not working. It is Friday. Some small nuclei around that. You're not going to change everything like that. So I suggest small, achievable goals and learn to play the long game. Because when I use that little finger technique, or I rub my hands together, or I stand up and stretch, or I exercise, or whatever it is to change my mindset, to change my perspective, I enjoy lots of things about those different techniques. So I'm learning to fall in love with the process, not necessarily just the results that it gives me. I love the peace that I get from just focusing on the softest contact that I can create between two fingertips. And thank you, Shameen, for introducing that to me. I enjoy rubbing my hands together and getting really active and getting that incredible amount of heat in my hands and just being quite amazed at what we can achieve with our bodies. And I love standing up and stretching, and squeezing my muscles and awakening my body. It's not just about what you're trying to eradicate or you're trying to free yourself from. It's about what you're bringing in as well. And you can choose what it is. It's a great thing. But I think results are based on consistency. Yeah. And not about turning things around just like that and that's it, done and dusted. You're for life, not just for now. And this is all an investment in how you want to be tomorrow, and the next day, and the next week, and next month, and years into the future. You can lay foundations now on which you can stand and have a life that's sculpted more by you and by your own hands and by your own mind than by circumstance. So maybe stand back from your week and have a look at it. And if you've noticed that you've used the finger technique twice, brilliant. Celebrate that. because it's 2 more times than you're using it before, which means 2 more times that you had a break from the thoughts that were unwanted. Maybe you rubbed your hands together once and you stood up and stretched 4 times. Fantastic, fantastic. Incremental changes. Okay. If your anxiety is up here, and these are the new techniques, the more you spend time doing these, the less time you can give to anxiety. All right, and I've proved that with some of the techniques this week. So with time, maybe we can find a balance that you can live with, or you have aspirations to really change that balance to something that you actually desire. So small nuclei for long-lasting, sustainable, effective change. I'll leave that with you. I wish you a very good weekend. Stay safe, look after yourself, look after others, and who knows what the topic's going to be next week. All right, take care.